So I have a thought. We live in a time where people are willing to give up on anything at the slightest inconvenience, right? Like the moment something inconveniences us that maybe distorts the current state of mind that we're in, we're just willing to throw it away. People are willing to do away with that. Like it has never been it has never been more prevalent than today. And that is a very bad thing. I think having a little bit of tolerance for certain things when it comes to human relationship is very important. And I think people have, should I say, I don't know, is it because people have an illusion of options that it comes to the point where if someone just does the slightest thing, the slightest offense or whatever it is that gets another person offended, people are willing to throw away that person like that because it's not good for their mental health. And that is doing a lot of damage. That is why I'm seeing a lot of people that are without friends, people that have been single for a long time because they prefer their peace to to what arguing, confrontations, all that. And I'm not saying those are good energies, but they're necessary, they're a necessity. And life is not just about having peace in your life, it's just a part of it. It's not the end all be all. And people don't understand that. They just take it for uh they take it as, okay, since you're distorting my peace right now, that means we were never meant to be together. And that is messed up. That is messed up. Nobody's perfect, not even you. Not even you are. So imagine setting a standard that even you can't meet, setting it for another human being just like you. Isn't that insanity? That must be crazy. So I think peace is good. Peace is good. It's very healthy to be peaceful. But there are times where you have to choose between having a peace of mind and growth. Because sure, you could have all the peace in the world, but where does that leave you? What are you doing with your life, right? Like, what is that? Okay, you have peace. Okay. So what? What now? Now that you have peace, what then? Is that it? And people have to understand that peace comes sometimes, just like anger, just like happiness. There are people who pursue a happiness, like happiness is all I'm after. I just want to be happy in all I do, all my life, every moment. But you can't even be happy when. How can you truly be happy if you haven't experienced pain, like real pain, or sadness? Like you have to really go through everything to really appreciate everything. And it's like most people don't even want to go through half or more than half of what is. They just want this particular thing and they just want to stick with that. But it's not good. It's not good. Having a relationship is hard. It's hard. If you're with someone who wants it as much as you do, it isn't as hard anymore. In fact, it is. It is a beautiful thing to struggle with someone who wants you as much as you want them. But most people are too defensive these days to even want to try to find someone who wants them as much. And if you don't even try, how could you find what you're looking for? I know trauma plays a part in that. No, trauma plays a part in that as well. But how long are you going to be traumatized? You have to let go at some point, right? So in order to grow, you have to sacrifice. You have to make sacrifices, and a bit of your peace, I think, is one of those sacrifices. So if you're not willing to make peace, if you're not willing to sacrifice a bit of your peace for your own growth, then you better be ready for the consequences of choosing peace throughout, you know. What are you going to be with your peace 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years? Life can be stressful, and I can understand wanting peace in the midst of the chaos, but to transform, to grow, you need to sacrifice a bit of that. And that is an important part of, or that is an important piece of leveling up. So relationships are not easy. Neither is starting a family, neither are raising kids, neither is working a job, waking up every day, grinding your ass off, you know. None of those things are easy, but in order to achieve a certain level of growth in your life, you need to sacrifice your peace of mind as well. And back in the day, before all of this, before the internet, you could say it was easier. You don't have a lot of things we have today that are competing for your attention, your money, your time, your energy. I can say it was a bit better. But we are at the most comfortable time in history. Men have never been more comfortable, and I think that is the reason why there has been a regression in relationships. I think marriage as well. Divorces everywhere. So in order to grow, you have to sacrifice your peace, right? And if you sacrifice your peace today and grow, then maybe in the future your peace could come back to you, and you could even be at even greater peace than you are right now. But if you choose the peace today for the growth tomorrow, then you're going to live in hell, and nobody could save you from that. You have yourself to blame. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong in having a peace of mind. Peace of mind is very important. In fact, it's very necessary to your development, to your life, to living. And without peace of mind, you're going to be dysfunctional. But too much of it, that is a problem. If it's too much to the point that it's coming between your own growth as a person, then you really need to ask yourself some really hard questions. And I think isolation can be intoxicating, you know. It's, if you've been isolated for a while, you get addicted to that feeling of, I'd rather just be on my own, you know, kind of thing. But trust me, you don't want the price that comes with that in the long run. And you want to surround yourself with people who will tell you the truth. Yeah, you don't want, when you're isolated, you could lie to yourself sometimes, yeah. And you wouldn't even know you're lying to yourself, and you might need people to help you wake up. So surround yourself with people who are doing the things that you want to do. That is one thing. In doing that, you will find that life is on auto mode. It's like, oh, life isn't as hard as I think it is. There are people who think like me, who do things like me. I'm not what I think I am. And you could find peace even in the things you're doing. So know yourself, know what you want, and make sure your peace is not coming between your plans and your growth. So those are my thoughts for today.